Okay, hello and welcome back to another Eureka Entertainment announcements video where I'll be running down the brand new announcements and details of the releases coming in June 2023 from Eureka. There are 3 new Blu-rays that have been announced, and I'm really excited about these 3 releases, but I'm also particularly happy that we're getting 2, not 1, but 2 Masters of Cinema releases, because it's, we're getting 1 a month, for a while now, and it's pretty exciting, especially as a fan of Japanese cinema, that we're getting 2 new MoC releases from the country of Japan. So the first one is Samurai Reincarnation. Now, right here and now, before we get any further with this, I'll show you the cover. It's pretty nice, right? We'll talk about that in just a second. I have always pronounced samurai as samurai, as in like samurai, as if it was spelled S-A-M-A-R-A-I. But the correct pronunciation is surely samurai, and I've just never done that. So let's try and put a best foot forward here, and I'll try that again. Samurai Reincarnation. So this is directed by Kinji Fukusaku, who I know, I think, primarily and maybe solely from Battle Royale, which is a great film. And this stars Kenji Sawada and Ken Ogata, who I'm fairly familiar with through a number of Japanese films that I've seen him in. And this one I've heard pretty good things about, and it seems like a pretty cool kind of fantasy, kind of tinged, as it says here, a spectacular Chambara fantasy epic. It's a UK debut on Blu-ray from a stunning 2K restoration. Let's talk about the slipcase and the artwork. So this is a limited edition slipcase, 2,000 copies, which is the usual run that they do these days. It has artwork by Takato Yamamoto. Now this is stunning. I love this. I would almost, buy this and put it on my wall if I had unlimited wall space. It's a gorgeous piece of artwork. Not sure how indicative it is of the film, but we'll find out, or at least I will in a few months when it comes out. So again, we have a 1080p presentation on Blu-ray from a 2K restoration from the original film elements, uncompressed original Japanese mono audio, alternate English dub, if that's what floats your boat, along with English subtitles, of course, a brand new audio commentary by Tom Mez, a brand new interview with filmmaker Kenta Fukusaku, who is the son of the director of this film, Kinji Fukusaku, and the original Japanese trailer, and a collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film. So I'm very much looking forward to this one. It's a film that I have never heard of, absolutely never heard of it whatsoever, but that's the stuff that always excites me when it's something that really catches me off guard. I know on some of the forums I've been reading, people have been really looking forward to this film coming out on Blu-ray, so it seems like a popular movie that people have wanted to see on Blu-ray. Side note, I love the regular cover on the Amore case that's shown here on the announcement. It just reminds me of some of the older MoC releases, just the font on the title there, Samurai Reincarnation, and then like the Japanese lettering on the left, and just like a still from the movie. It looks like a still from it might be a production still, but I really like the look of that, just the normal case, in sharp contrast to the beautiful artwork on the slipcase there. So this one is going to be coming out on the 19th of June, 2023, and the second MoC release, I think, is coming out on the same date. Let me check that. Yes, 19th of June. And this one is, actually, let me go check what Samurai Reincarnation is, because not that it matters, but just for housekeeping's sake. Samurai Reincarnation is spine number 277 in the Masters of Cinema range. And the next one is spine number 278. And this film, also from Japan, but going back to the 60s now, 1964's Revenge, directed by Tadashi Imai. So I have, again, not heard anything about this film whatsoever. It's not one that's ever been on my, on my radar at all. But it says that it's the writer is Shinobu Hashimoto, who's the writer of the great film Harakiri, which is one of the first films in the MoC Blu-ray line, and just one of those the films that kind of get thrown out there as a masterpiece. Harakiri is one of them. So we have the same writer, and it says here that Revenge is a lacerating attack on the absurdity and hypocrisy of feudal Japan. This is a worldwide debut on Blu-ray from a new 2K restoration. The slipcase, limited to 2,000 copies, is done by Tony Stella. I love this guy's work. I mean, just look at this thing. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. This is probably one of my favorite Eureka slipcovers that I've seen. It's just gorgeous. Again, it's one of those ones I'd frame on the wall if I had unlimited wall space to display these things. We have a 1080p presentation on Blu-ray from a 2K restoration from the original film elements, uncompressed original Japanese mono audio, newly translated English subtitles, no English dub on this one, and a brand new interview with Tony Raines, which is just, perfect. And a collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film. So, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this. To get kind of two very different samurai films is pretty exciting for me. And, one from the 60s, one from the 80s. There's a nice pairing there. I don't know if the films would play very well in a double bill per se, but it's nice to get those kinds of films, which I always love. The MoC line, it covers a lot of different genres, westerns and, many different things. Horror, drama, of course, but samurai stuff is that's my thing. I really enjoy that genre. There's something about it. Like if I look at, westerns as period pieces, it's not my main thing. I don't immediately love the idea of going to watch a western. Usually when I sit down to watch them, I enjoy them. But when it's a period film set in Japan, feudal Japan, there's just something about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the way things look, the way things feel, but I just buy into it, and I'm really fascinated by it. So, two samurai films. Obviously, the Samurai Reincarnation seems like more of, again, a fantasy film, but so that would probably be a nice contrast too, to get this film Revenge, which seems like more of a straight kind of, drama, bit of action going on there. And yeah, so really looking forward to that one. And that one again, 19th of June, 2023. Then the third and final title coming out from Eureka is another Hong Kong action movie, which, if you've been following my channel at all in 2023, you know that this has been all over my channel, and I've been adoring the releases they've been putting out from pretty much this very specific period of time in the 1980s where Hong Kong was producing some of the best action films ever made. And this one comes right at the tail end of that decade, 1989, directed by Mang Hoi and starring Cynthia Rothrock. We have Lady Reporter, as it even says on the slipcover here, aka the Blonde Fury. This is a super fun slipcover. This one has been done by Darren Wheeling, who did, I think, all of the In the Line of Duty slipcovers, the artwork for those. This is really fun. It just has a really cool feel to it. It feels 1980s, the colors, really just great layouts, really fun. Love the design of it. Even the spine, it just complements the front, I think. So this looks really cool. I'm really loving the artwork on this one. Don't know anything about the film as far as plot or anything like that, obviously, other than that Cynthia Rothrock obviously plays a reporter and probably gets into some shit. So it says here it's her first leading role, and also the first time a Western actress had lead billing in a Hong Kong film. So Cynthia Rothrock came over to Hong Kong, and I believe it was 1985 when Yes Madam was released. And from there, she did a number of films in Hong Kong and kind of burst onto the scene. So this is obviously kind of, I would say, maybe the culmination of that, if it's her first leading role. And so she is a female reporter sent to investigate a newspaper editor, and she teams up with Elizabeth Lee, and the two go up against a series of opponents played by some of the greatest bad guy actors in 80s cinema, none of whom I recognize by name. Otherwise, Mang Hoi is directing the film, and it's also a collaborative effort between Mang Hoi and Corey Yoon, just like Yes Madam. So yeah, I really liked Mang Hoi as an actor in Yes Madam, and I know that he's also one of those people who's a director. He's an action choreographer, action director. So I'm looking forward to seeing him act in this film as well, because I just think he's got a cool screen presence. But now that I'm kind of all in on these Hong Kong films, I'm really excited about this one too. Probably more than the samurai films, just because I'm just really on a Hong Kong kick right now. So this has a 1080p presentation from the original theatrical cut and a brand new 2K restoration, but it doesn't stop there. There is also an international export cut, also from a brand new 2K restoration. Original Cantonese mono audio and optional classic English dubbed audio and newly translated English subtitles. And then pretty much the usual suspects from the audio commentary side of things here. We have the ever faithful Frank Zhang doing a commentary with actor and martial artist Vincent Lin, who I believe is in this film. Yeah, it says he's one of the opponents for our heroes in this film. So that's cool. Someone who's in the film. I think that always adds a much more interesting flavor to some of these things. So that one I'm really looking forward to, because Frank Zhang has always got the goods in terms of the research and all the information about people who are in the film and stuff, and I really enjoy his commentaries. And then we have another commentary, a second one, with Mike Leader and Anna Venema. Love those guys, love the banter between them and stuff, and definitely looking forward to hearing their thoughts on this film and any anecdotal stories they have regarding the world of Hong Kong cinema. Then there's also a brand new select scene commentary with actress and martial arts movie icon Cynthia Rothrock. From there, we have a brand new interview with Cynthia herself, and then also another interview, brand new for this release, with the director and one of the stars of the film, Mang Hoi. I wonder if they did those interviews around the time of the Yes Madam release, which also featured interviews with those two. Obviously, it's much more centered on Cynthia, so I'm really glad they got an interview with her for this, and a little scene select commentary as well. There's trailers, reversible sleeve design, which is probably one of the original posters, and a limited edition collector's booklet featuring new writing by James Oliver. Yeah, this is a stacked release. I'm super excited about this one, but I'm just really excited for everything they're doing right now. It's there's been a bit of pushback from some people online of like, oh, they're just doing all these Hong Kong movies now. Well, it's always martial arts movies now, but it's working. For me, it's working in terms of like how much I'm loving their releases, the films that they're putting out, the extras I think is just really clicking, and like the artwork is, I feel like the artwork is really stepping up lately. Like some of the stuff they've been commissioning is just gorgeous. I mean, these 3 releases for June alone, I think look stunning. Just looking at them, together on one screen, just what a great trio of pieces of artwork that just look fantastic. So excited about June. Still very excited about the May releases. There's just so much great stuff coming up. So April will be the Creeping Horror set and Bullet Train, which I'm really excited about. And then May, we've got the Mr. Vampire set. We got is it Burning Paradise, I think it's called. And then the big Andrzej Żuławski box set as well, the massive cinema box set of the 3 Polish films. Yeah, I feel like Eureka are really hitting their stride right now, and they're firing on all cylinders. Again, at least for me, as someone who's kind of keeping up now with all the new releases, and I haven't really not enjoyed one of them since I started really focusing on this back in October of last year. So maybe they've always just been this good, and I just haven't been, keeping up with the current kind of climate so much. But I do think that lately there's just been pretty high quality stuff. Anyway, I'll leave it for there. Thank you for watching. Let me know what ones you're looking forward to from June or May or April, and I'll see you in the next one.